You ready for a story? Let's see if we have any boys and girls waiting for a story. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to Story Time with Yaya. Some of you have asked for Dr. Seuss books, especially Green Eggs and Ham, and I haven't been able to find Green Eggs and Ham yet. But today I'm going to read another Dr. Seuss book. There's a wocket in my pocket. I like reading Dr. Seuss books, except they get quite tongue-twisting. So let's see how it goes. So this one's called There's a Wocket in My Pocket. There's a wocket in his pocket. And of course it's by Dr. Seuss. And a window in my window and a nookcase in my bookcase. There's a nookcase in the bookcase. There's a window in the window. Let's start. Did you ever have the feeling there's a wasket in your basket? There in the rubbish basket is a wasket sitting in the basket. Or a neuro in your bureau. There's a neuro in the bureau drawer. Or a wasset in your closet. There's the wasset in his closet. That's a very tall wasset. Look at his long ears. So long they're wrapping around. Sometimes I feel quite certain there's a jerton in the curtain. There's the jerton's leg sticking out, so I think it is behind the curtain. Sometimes I have the feeling there's a zlock behind the clock. There's a zlock hiding behind the clock. And that Zelf up on the shelf, I have talked to him myself. You better be careful he doesn't knock things down off that shelf. There's a lot of bottles on that one. That's the kind of house I live in. There's a nink in the sink. Look at him swimming in that sink. Having lots of fun floating on his back. And a zamp in the lamp. And they're rather nice, I think. Some of them are very friendly, like the yacht in the pot. But that yottle in the bottle, some are friendly, some are not. Look at that yottle in the bottle. He sprayed some water or juice at him. But that yacht in the pot looks very friendly, laughing away. Big smile on his face. I like the Zabel on the table and the Gare under the chair. That Zabel on the table is eating a sausage. And oops, his plate's falling off the table. But that Bofa on the sofa, well, I wish he wasn't there. Looks like the Bofa on the sofa is eating some chocolate or some nuts or something. And those nubbits in the cupboards, they're good for fun to have about. But that noosh grush on my toothbrush, him I could do without. Imagine having a noosh grush on your toothbrush. How would you clean your teeth? There's a lot of nubbits in those cupboards. The only one I'm really scared of is that bug under the rug. Oh, there's the bug. And that chimney up the chimney. I don't like him, not at all. And it makes me sort of nervous when that Zoll scoots down the hall. The chimney looks like it's just gone up the chimney. Or maybe that was a Zoll scooting down the hall and going up the chimney. He must have been going fast. Look at his head. That was spinning around so quickly. But the yeps on the steps, they're great fun to have around. There are the yeps on the steps, all holding flowers. They look very friendly. And so are many, many other friends that I have found. like the Tella and the Nella and the Gella and the Della and the Bella and the Wella and the Zella in the cellar. There are a lot of them living in his cellar. There they're playing cards. They're playing noughts and crosses. That one's doing something in the hammock, juggling or something. This one's combing somebody's tail. Oh, look at this long one's, that long tail. And she's brushing it. That's a lot to have in his cellar. And the geeling on the ceiling and the Zawa in my shower. I don't think there's much place for him in the shower with that Zawa in there. It's a very tall Zawa. And the Zillow on my pillow. I don't care if you believe it. That's the kind of house I live in. And I hope we never leave it. The end. That was a nice one. Do you have a wocket in your pocket? Or do you have a was it in your closet? Or do you have a Zabel on the table? Maybe the Zabel could eat the vegetables that you don't want to eat. You could feed the Zabel all the peas and beans. And there's a Bofa sitting on the sofa. Maybe the Bofa could do your reading homework for you, because it looks like he likes to read books. But you'd have to give him something to snack on whilst he's eating or reading, because it looks like he wants to eat. And have you checked to see that there's no nubbins in your cupboards? Maybe it's the nubbins that mess up our cupboards, and Mommy thinks it's us not keeping our cupboards tidy. Meanwhile, it's all those nubbins. Let's skip that one under the rug. And then there was the chimney in the chimney. And all the yips on the steps. Do you have yips on your steps? You'll have to go and check. And there was a Tella and the Nella and the Gella and the Della and the Bella and the Wella and the Zella living in his cellar. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different kinds living in his cellar. That was one busy cellar. I hope they were quiet at night. And look at the geeling. I wonder if he has feet like a gecko that can stick to the ceiling. That's how he didn't fall off. And he's eating peanuts. And that Zawa in the shower, at least he's got an excuse to tell his mommy why he can't shower. He said, Mommy, I can't shower. There's a Zawa in my shower. Then he wouldn't be able to fit in. And there he's snuggled up on his pillow with his Zillow. Zillow looks nice and cuddly. So instead of a teddy bear to cuddle up with, he's got a Zillow. Well, I hope that you enjoyed There's a Wocket in My Pocket. I'm going to be reading another Dr. Seuss book for you another day. Did you enjoy it, puppets? I hope so. All right, boys and girls, I'll see you again for another story with Yaya. See you all. Bye. Bye.